Hello and welcome to a inbox review. It's been a while. I thought we'd do an inbox review of this new Eduard kit, limited edition, 1/48 scale, the Shachak, I think that's how it's pronounced. Looks to be quite a good kit. We've got some nice variations there, 5 schemes, Mirage 3 in Israeli service. Kit number is 11128. So let's not muck around, let's get straight in the box. So I'll put this to one side. So let's have a quick look at the instructions first. Usual quality instructions, glossy, colour. So we've got the nice call out here of all the sprues, photo etch, masks, and a little bit of resin here, which is nice. We've got our paints and the usual sort of Mr. Colour aqueous paints, which is nice. With most of the kits, you know, standard sort of thing really. Start off with the cockpit. We've got the ejection seat, and we'll see there's the various photo etch parts here. This is the wheel well and together, instrument panel, cockpit going together, and we've kind of got the engine part, at least the rear end. It does recommend some weight, although it doesn't actually tell you how much, which is a bit of a shame. And obviously you do need to follow it quite carefully. There are some differences for the relevant markings, whichever one you choose to build. We're fairly quickly then going on to the bottom wing section, top wing section, wheel wells, and then we've kind of got the main fuselage meeting up, the intakes, then we've got the sort of hard points for the weapons. Here's the resin components going in at the back end. Flaps look like they can be posable because they're separate, which is nice. And we've got the wheels going together, landing gear, cockpit lid. Obviously we've got a closed and an open option here, which is nice. It looks like it comes with a boarding ladder, which is always quite nice, handy to have. And then we come to the sort of layout for the bombs, various bombs and missiles, etc. going together there, fuel tanks. And then we come on to the masking instructions. There's some masking obviously for the various paint schemes, by the things to help you out there. And then we come on to obviously the box art version. And then we've got a sort of all silver, some more camo, some grey schemes by the looks of things, and then another silver option there. So that all looks nice. Oh, and stencil details on the back. What we'll do, I think we'll go for the goodies first, and we'll go for the plastic components. Decals. So we've got a bag here with some resin, usual high quality resin from Eduard, which is nice. It's a bit of see that, hopefully. That's particularly good. It looks good. I mean, it's nice as long as it all fits in. I think that'll be a nice addition to the model. We've then got, I won't take this out of the bag because it's all fairly standard stuff. We've got some nice cockpit detail there, belts, the instrument panel, stuff to sort of jazz up the injection seat. There's also a little bit of extra brass again for the sort of the engine exhaust part, which is good. And then again the masks, which are really handy. Looks like we've got a lovely looking decal sheet here. With these sort of special edition kits, you generally get pretty good decal options, nicely protected. Probably see there, you know, lovely glossy. I mean, they're cod graph, so you really can't go wrong with those, I don't think. Nice. Put them back in a minute. And then we've got the plastic parts. So one clear, and then there's just 2 bags of grey plastic. One looks to be the main, you know, wings, fuselage, etc., whereas the other one looks like it's predominantly bombs, missiles, although actually there's the cockpit there and a few other bits. Let's start with the main bag first. See what we've got in here. I can work out how to open it. Okay. So, sprue 1 is our main fuselage parts. There's some nice recessed panel lines and details here. I think this is a fairly old mould from Eduard that's been reboxed many times, but it's still pretty good. Doesn't seem to be an excessive amount of flash on there or anything too unpleasant. It all looks pretty good. There's some sort of strange mark here in the plastic, but I don't think if you feel it, it's just kind of in the mould. I suspect once that's painted it won't even notice. Hopefully you can see. So they're fairly nice panel lines there. We've then got the wings and the bottom wings, the top parts. Again, hopefully you can see there some nice recessed details. Good quality mould, clean, fairly crisp moulding. We've got some of the smaller parts here, wheels, sort of various flaps. Again, they've got rivet detail in here, and recessed panel lines. Reasonable. I mean, there's almost zero detail on that seat there. Maybe there's some other bits to jazz it up in here somewhere. But again, it looks flash free because it's a relatively old mould. Yeah, looks good. Then we've got some more bits and pieces here for the sort of wheel wells, covers. Doesn't appear to be any sort of unpleasant injection pin marks in the wheel wells area there, which is good. All the small parts, sorry, look clean. Again, no real flash or anything too unpleasant there. And we open the second bag. So, I'm not quite sure what's happened there. It's slightly odd, so they're sort of broken off the mould there. But again, they're all, there seems to be a lot of detail to the tanks. They really are just, you know, there's no panel lines or anything. Whether there should be, I don't know. The missiles do seem a little devoid of any detail again, although they are clean, crisp parts. I suspect there are resin options out there if you wanted to improve on those. We actually have a figure, which is quite unusual. Looks like it's a stand-in pilot. There's his face. Hopefully you can kind of see that there. But it's unusual. That's the instrument panel. Obviously, you'll be cleaning that off to put on the photo etch, I'd imagine. And again, those parts all look. Oh, there's actually a plain one there as well, so you won't have to clean anything off for the photo etch. So that's quite good. Again, we've got various bits. I suspect some of these aren't going to be used. They're for the sort of, these bits have already been replaced by the resin, sort of nozzle end. Got some sort of sidewinder type missiles here. And this is the boarding ladder. It looks like it's, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be on there. That's a bit of flash, I think, but nothing too untoward. Again, there's a little bit of flash here and there, but it's nothing that can't be cleaned up. Landing gear. Again, a little bit simplistic, I suppose, by today's standard maybe, but yeah, looks pretty good. And then we've got the last few bits and pieces here. Again, I think these bits are probably replaced by the by the resin, a much better quality. And then you've just got a few of the cockpit there. Fairly simple tub, but obviously with a bit of photo etch. Should look a bit better. Again, this bit doesn't seem to have any real flash, so that's pretty good. And last of all, struggling to get into any of these bags tonight. We've got the clear parts. Let's use something. They look pretty good from the initial. Very thin, actually. That one's a little bit loose. I don't know how well you can see that. We'll move that here. You can see through the glass, clear. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good to me. I don't think you can complain too much at that. Excellent. Let's put those back in there without hopefully losing that part. Well, that's pretty much it. It looks to be quite a nice little kit. Certainly would recommend it. Well, from what it looks like so far, I think you can pick these up at a reasonable price at the moment. Yeah, I look forward to building it. Thanks for watching.